Masters of the Obvious intro. Hello and welcome to the Masters of the Obvious. I am Isaac Rodriguez, your host and the creator of the Double Eagle Process. This is a place where we talk about things that are obvious to us, but not necessarily obvious to everyone else. For example, when you go into a store and you buy some candy out of a bag, does it matter where it came from? Do you know where it came from? I'm not too sure. I try and look, but not all the time. My guest today, Neil Himmelstein, knows what's in the bag and where it came from, but also knows all about life insurance and many other aspects of insurance and planning. Neil, tell me about where things come from, blind items.
Blind item. Thank you, Isaac. It's great to be here. You know, blind item I learned a long time ago when I learned about gummy bears. You know, a lot of times people will buy gummy bears. I used to sell them by the container. And what would happen is they would resell them to people who rebagged them. Like you see many brands, Banzini, this one, that one. So we call it a blind item because you really don't know where that gummy bear came from. Well, life insurance is very similar to that. You know, most people say, oh, I have insurance. I had it through work. How much do you have through work? Well, they don't realize that, hey, if you leave your job for any reason, whatever, you no longer have life insurance. So what do you really have at work? Other people think that they have, permanent insurance, but it's based upon dividends and growth or interest rate or some underlying asset, and they don't keep an eye on it, and it runs into difficulty, and it could lapse or go into loan status, which could be a major problem. This is what we do. This is what we look at, and make sure that your insurance isn't blind. Come visit and revisit and have someone look at your policy in great detail because there's a lot of moving parts. Thanks again, Isaac. I appreciate your time.
Oh, please. It was my pleasure. Thank you for joining me. And what's the best policy to have?
The best policy to have is the one that pays when you need it the most. That's what life insurance does. Thank you.
What it's for. And if we need to find you and we want to find you to learn more about life insurance, about what's in the life insurance bag, where do we find you?
I can be reached at 631-647-4694 or visit me on the web at mainstreetplanninggroup.com.
Thanks again, Neil. Here's the outro.
Thank you.
Masters of the Obvious outro.